Yeah, the routine's something. I mean, it really is always changing. You know, since I got into pro ball, it's something that I worked on, and learn from other guys when you play with them, and you just kind of figure out what your body needs and what gets you the most ready to go on day 5.
We are ready for baseball in our nation's capital. Last game between the Nats and Blue Jays this season. MacKenzie Gore, start number 7 on the season.
He's been pitching well the last few starts and looking for more of that.
From Gore to Turner. Is right in there.
Ooh, buckled him there a little bit.
Off and running is Kiner Falefa. Swing and a miss by Clement. That'll bring an end to the 3rd.
That game was a frustrating one. I felt fine, normal soreness, and it wasn't as long of an outing as what we usually do. So, good or bad, you got to get over it because you got another one in 5 days.
This game is over. 11-8, our final score here today as the Nationals pour it on in the middle to late innings. And a big-time comeback win for Davey Martinez's ball club here today.
Yeah, day 1 is pretty much full recovery day. Just get to the field at normal time, move around, have some stuff in the weight room where it's more of a stretch, and kind of just flush the body with some arm care. And then maybe if something's not as good in the outing, maybe do more of that, in between the next one. But the recovery is usually the same. The reason we did PFPs that day is because I made an error during the game. So yeah, not a lot of PFP going on during the season unless we need it, like they felt like we did. But yeah, it's fun. You get to move around and throw the ball to bases. But yeah, that was because I made the mistake the day before. So everybody was thrilled.
Nice pitch.
I'm not a huge guy. I'm an athletic guy, and that's why if I'm successful, it's because I'm moving athletic on the mound, and so I just do a lot of athletic throwing in between, and I try to kind of get rid of the ball quick, and that's something that's developed over the last 3-4 years of my career, and I shag too. Everybody kind of makes a joke out of it, but I shag to stay athletic. So it's something that I really try to do in between starts, just to keep the body moving and try to be as explosive on the mound as I can be. Yeah, they have workouts for us, and then it's just communication on how we're feeling and what I think I need, what they think that I might need. So it's just communication. There's always a lower body and an upper body. A lot of it depends on what I'm feeling like body-wise. Sometimes there's times where I feel like I need to move some weight. Sometimes the body might need to move a little quicker. So it just depends on what I think I need going into the next start. I throw on day 3, which is a little closer to the start, and so I don't throw a huge bullpen. Usually, at the most 25-ish. I want to feel the tension in the body when you throw. That's part of my delivery. So yeah, I'm trying to feel that and pattern that before I get going. The tension just means that we're moving efficiently, and just that everything's on line. We're not going too early. The plyos, yeah, they're different weights. There's heavier, and then I go all the way down to like the weight of the baseball. It's a way to get loose. There's drills I do for the delivery, and I just I usually get loose and pattern the body before I get going on the field. There's breathing stuff that's done. Then there's dry work that's done in between. That's kind of just visualizing. That was some advice I was given when I got to the big leagues. If you've never pitched somewhere, go stay on the mound, just so when you do go out there, that's not the first time you've been on the mound. I like to try to get around 3.5 hours at before the game at the latest, and then I'll get going around 3 hours before the game. Make sure we got everything ready to roll scouting report wise, and then we just kind of get the body going. You know, during the bullpen, you'd like to think you have an idea of what you have that day, but it really doesn't matter. You can throw the best bullpen of your life, and then you might not have something. So it's really just when you get out there in the game, you know, you get loose in the pen before the game. And then once you get out there, you kind of get a feel of what you have and don't have for the game, and just go get after it. And once we get out, you know, get going in between the lines, it's about competing.
Lighting things up a little. Swing and a miss. MacKenzie Gore, strikeout number 43 in just over 34 innings.
That's right.
3-2, 1 out. He went, walks away knowing he struck out. Davey to the mound. The hitter due up is Rafaela. And for now, MacKenzie stays.
Beautiful. There's nothing better than when a manager goes out, has that conversation. What do you want to do? I want to stay in. Okay, it's your time. Let's go.
You know, I think this stuff was there. I think it was a situation where, you know, we had a guy on third. Obviously, it's not my decision, but I felt like I could get the guy out, and it was kind of my got to get at that point. So the stuff was still there. I was still, you know, throwing the ball well, and Davey felt the same way. So that was cool.
Swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt.
What a baby.
Requires a throw. MacKenzie Gore, career high in pitches, 111. Strikeout number 9, second highest of the year.
I mean, honestly, once you get to this point of the year, it's all about the same. You know, once you go through your full routine of the day, and then you go through 75 to 111, you usually get about, you know, maybe a little more sore at 111. But if you've got the stuff, and you know you're getting after guys, and you're throwing the ball well, then you know you leave us in there, and it's about competing.